All right, so in this video, I want to go through with you step number 2. So I talked about these 6 steps. Number 1 was the solvable problem, and we went through that in the last video. If you haven't done that, please go back to be able to know in your mind what you're aiming for, okay? But hopefully by the hour, by the day, that'd be amazing if you've got that, because now you can start, as you work into the deposit the initial amount, farming and compounding, you know what you're working towards. Okay, you're not just blindly moving forward. So solvable problem number 1, go watch that video. This video is about setting up your platforms. Okay, and what I want to do, I want to draw you a picture. I want to talk to you about the environment and what you actually need to set up. So let me draw what's in my head, and we'll start with you. Okay. You can be the little stick person here. And what you have today is, not that button, hold on. What you have today is your own money. So let's put your money in a box here. Okay, now your money could either be in the bank or a credit card. But that's your money today, okay? Again, none of this is financial advice before you say, which one should I use, Jamie? It's not the point of this video. This video specifically is about how to get yourself set up to be able to invest in cryptocurrency. Remember, do your own research. This is part of your research. Now, so bank or credit card. When my mum watches this, the money under the bed doesn't count, Mum. But bank or credit card. So, bank or credit card. And then the question is, how do we get it from the bank or credit card into... Let's draw there. There is my, oh, that's nice. The system cleaned it up for me. That was great. That was meant to be the internet, right? But in there, I'm going to draw a block. Okay. Now that block is what we will call crypto, known as the blockchain when you actually start learning lingo. Every transaction, every item within cryptocurrency is on a ledger. I don't know if you know what a ledger is, but it's really set in stone. Any transaction, any amount, they're all set in stone. And it's all on the internet. It's all in the cloud. That was meant to be a cloud. So everything you ever do is going to be on the blockchain, okay? That's the simplest way for me to explain it to you. It's quite complicated from a technology perspective, but the simplest way is to just know, a bit like the bank, if you go to your online account and you see numbers there, those numbers on that account are kept in a computer somewhere, in a bank somewhere, but actually it's stored in a cloud somewhere. And you can access that from your phone. We're going to do the same with crypto. It's in the cloud, just like your bank. It's just stored in a decentralized manner, whereas the banks have it on the server, but decentralized in crypto, okay? Now, the blockchain is very, 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 very hard to hack. The banks are probably easier to hack than actually the blockchain itself. The security risks I'll talk about in another video, maybe a little bit in this one, but the biggest security risk is probably you. And you may say, oh, I'm not going to be a security problem, Jamie. But you can take a lot of measures to make sure you're protected. You know, like you hear viruses come through the computer because they clicked on the wrong link in an email. Same type of thing. You need to be very cautious when you do anything with crypto, because there's lots of scammers out there. I've even seen things going, that looks really good, and then realize, no, that's a scam. You'll see, once you start learning and researching about cryptocurrency, you will see adverts for, hey, send us some crypto and we'll send you double back. That's a scam. You may join some online groups and talk to people, and then they may offer you help, and then they may ask you for your wallet address. And then they may ask you for some information so they can access your wallet. That is someone trying to rip you off. That's a bit like the Nigerian prince offering you millions, or the call centers who phone and try and do the scams. It's the same type of scams, just in crypto world, crypto land, okay? So just know that that's out there. And what I'm going to try and do here is show you the most simplest way and the safest way for you to be able to interact and invest in crypto. So we've got you over here on the left, and with the money at your bank. And then what we actually need is an intermediary. And this intermediary here is where your money's going to go, and they will put your money, they will transfer your money, exchange it, and turn it into cryptocurrency. Analogy I used to use was a bit like a currency exchange when you're about to go on holiday and you take your local money in, your local currency, and they will change it for the country you're going to. Very similar. My sister gave me a great analogy, so kudos to my sister. She said, isn't that a little bit like casino when you go in and you change your money for tokens? Actually, that's a better analogy. So imagine going in, you give your money and you get tokens back. Now, when I first heard that analogy, I thought, people are going to hear the analogy of a casino and say, that's not good, I don't want to lose all my money. But imagine if you go into a casino and you're a card counter and you know how to win and you know all the odds on how to win. I'm trying to show you that path. Do your own research. But I'm trying to show you that path. It's the same path I've followed. But think in a casino, if you just turn around and pick the game off the floor at random and you just put your money in slot machines at random, you might get lucky. That's just like crypto. But if you know the game you want to play and you get very good at that game, you can go and sit at that game and you're going to be able to win at that game. And then when you're finished, by the way, imagine you go and you collect loads of chips, you can go back to the cashier, give them the chips, and they will give you your money and give you more money. And then you go back outside with cash to be able to use. So this intermediary here, this one here, transfers the money into tokens. There's the tokens. And vice versa. Can transfer the tokens back into money. And then the money can go back into your bank. Okay? So that's the setup. One last piece is something called a wallet. Now today, you might have a wallet or a purse that you carry your money in. Probably more that you carry your credit cards in. But let's draw a little wallet over here. And this wallet, would you believe I used to be very good at art? Anyway, that wallet is actually your window in to look at the line in the blockchain that is yours. So when you actually set up a wallet for the first time, you get your own little space in the blockchain, which allows you to control yourself in there. So when you look to get money from the intermediary, you would give them the wallet address so they actually know. So that arrow would actually go to there. And they would put money in your specific address safely there. And then this wallet is where you can actually see it. Like that. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. You might look at that and go, it looks a bit complicated, Jamie. It's not really. It's, as I say, the analogies I've given you. And if need be, watch this video back again. Ask any questions if it helps. Let me explain in what order you need to set these up in. Okay, so at the beginning, the very first thing you do is set up a wallet. So you want to set up a space in the blockchain. So this little space over here. Let me color this in with that one. And let's do it orange. So this little space over here, you're going to set up, which will then create you your wallet. Step number one. Okay, I'm going to have different videos on how to do this, all linked to people who do a really good job. Okay, the wallet that I recommend to get started is MetaMask. And you can easily Google, how do I set up MetaMask? You'd use Google Chrome on your computer. It doesn't matter if you're Windows or Mac. If you've got a Chromebook, even better because it's more safe. Use Chrome browser or Brave browser. So either of those who get really, really into crypto use Brave more. I use Chrome and I'm starting to move towards Brave, but they pretty much do the same thing. Brave has more security in it in terms of people can't track as much, which is people like Google can't watch you. That's why people like Brave. So Brave or Chrome on your computer. Recommend you don't do it all on your phone. To start, recommend you have a computer. And recommend as well on that computer you have a really good virus checker and virus protection on there because viruses can come on, and those viruses can be one of the reasons why you lose your crypto. Because if someone gets access to that MetaMask, they literally have access to your wallet. Okay, so you need to keep that secure and safe. So that's number one. Number two is we will set up the intermediary. Let's change it back to our pen and our black. So number two, we set up our intermediary company. If you are in the UK or in America, Canada likely as well, you can use crypto.com. And below my video here is going to be a link to crypto.com. It's actually a referral link. And if you click on it, you and I both get an extra $25 in our account just by clicking on the link. Who doesn't like free money? So whatever money you're going to put in, I've just given you an extra $25 just by using the link below. So enjoy that. If you are in New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, there's another country which I've forgotten, you can use Easy Crypto. Again, link is below the video. Both of them are very similar, and in terms of setting up, they have to do anti-money laundering process. So they will ask you for ID. They'll ask you likely for a driving license or a passport. They'll probably take a selfie of you to validate your face against the image. And once you go through that setup process, then you are able to trade. Okay. Then you are able, to send money in to crypto into your wallet. Okay. Both of those would ask you to connect your bank. Crypto.com allows you to use your credit card, which is why I put credit card in there. But you need your wallet first, number one. And number two, you set up either crypto.com or Easy Crypto, depending on where you are in the world. Now, if I'm helping you manage the money for you, I will send you a wallet address. I will do number one, and I will send that to you. I'll also send you instructions on how you can set it up your side and how you can keep it safe, and how I'll be managing it as well for you, and how I'll be keeping it safe. If you're doing this yourself, cool. Set up yourself MetaMask. And then number two is set up crypto.com or Easy Crypto. Number three, once you've done that, then you will connect your bank and credit card. Remember, we've already worked out our solvable problem. We've already worked out how much we want to put in. So you now know what you want to invest. Okay, so you just need to make sure that money's in the bank. That's number three. Number four is when we go back to our intermediary here, whether it's Easy Crypto or whether it's crypto.com, you now need to choose what token you're going to buy. The analogy of the casino, you need to choose what you're going to swap your cash for. Okay. If I'm helping you, if I'm looking after the trading for you, then I will guide you on what to invest. But you need to make sure you've chosen the right project and done your research on the project before you just buy something willy-nilly. Okay. So before you ever spend any money and invest on anything, always do your research. But this is where you would then choose your token. So you've got your wallet ready to go. You've got the platform ready to go. It's connected to your bank. You've got your solvable problem. And now you can move the money number four. So once you've done that number four and you've picked the token, you'll be able to do that transaction. And the transaction will land over here in the orange piece over here. That's where it'll land. And then number five is to go back to your wallet and check your wallet and make sure that the money has appeared or the tokens have appeared in your wallet. When you've done that, all of those steps in that order, then you have congratulations, you've just successfully set yourself up and you've just now started to invest in cryptocurrency. You've just bought a token, okay? What we do next, if you remember the actual steps, was farming, compounding, all of those things. That's choosing the right project and helping your token grow. That's next. But there's a couple of extra things I want to talk about here, primarily to do with the wallet. There are other more complicated ways, to buy and sell. So the platform at number two, there are other bigger platforms you could use. The ones I've given you are the most retail friendly. So they make it really easy for you to use, really easy for you to connect. They're very friendly, very helpful. So those two that I've shared are great for number two. But the wallet is really important. So making sure you've got good security on your computer is really, really important. Using Chrome, potentially using Brave, make sure that you do that. If you wanted, you could use a hardware wallet. Now, MetaMask is known as a soft wallet because it's there, or a hot wallet because it's there and it's easy to access. You will learn when you watch a video on MetaMask that you have to have a very long seed phrase, which I think is 24 words that you have to be able to recite in order to be able to get access to your wallet. And when you, don't worry about it right now, when you walk it through, it walks you through how to do it. Okay, again, if I'm helping you set this up and if I'm looking after the investing for you, I'll do this for you and I'll supply this to you. But make sure you keep that somewhere safe, because if you lose those keys, it's literally like losing the keys to your own vault. And you may build up a huge amount of wealth in crypto, and then if you lose your keys, you can't get to it. Okay, so don't lose those keys. It's number one. And then number two, the hardware wallet depends on your level of risk and safety and your own understanding of technology, how comfortable you are that your computer is safe. For me, I was investing up until around about $100,000 in my accounts, and then I had a hardware wallet. The actual reason it took that long is because one got lost in the post from Europe. The next one, when I reordered it, it came about 3 or 4 days later. If you're asking which one I use the Ledger X, and I'll put a link below as well. And actually Ledger is coming out with a credit card soon. So actually you could spend your crypto via a credit card, which is pretty cool. As you start to build up wealth in crypto, you can actually then spend your credit card at the shops. I'll put a link to that below the video as well. If you sign up for that, then we both move up the queue a little bit. If you're going down this path, why not? The Ledger, from memory, is a couple of €100, I think it was. You can have a look again, do your own research. The Ledger X is the one I'm pretty sure I've got. Let's have a quick look. Let me just quickly check while you're... Ledger... Ledger Nano X, I think it is. Let's have a look. Yep, that's the one. So Ledger Nano, here it is. This is the one I have, and some people prefer Nano, some people prefer Trezor. Trezor is the other one, but I've got this one. Oh, New Zealand 287. It's cheap. And then what this means is that to approve any transactions, I physically have to press buttons, so that can't be hacked. Someone has to press it. This has a password on it as well, and this has its own seed phrase as well, so it's extra layers of security. But this is the one I have and I used, and I'm really happy with it. So that's a hardware wallet. You don't need to do that to get started. Don't use that as a reason not to get started. You can do all of this, a little bit of research, step-by-step instructions. When you log into crypto.com or Easy Crypto, they may offer you their own wallets. I would suggest you don't use them. MetaMask is the way to go, because that's a stepping stone towards the Ledger, the hardware wallet, when you're ready for that. And again, your own risk tolerance will decide on when you buy that hardware wallet. So this is how you get set up. Any questions, let me know. Hopefully this has been helpful. And then the next video after this one, let's go back and check, is going to be, so number 3 was deposit your initial amount. I've just talked about that. You've got your solvable problem. Deposit your initial amount, change it into tokens. Make sure you're picking the right token for the project that you go into. Farming and compounding is the one I'm going to be recommending in my next video. And so I'll share that with you in the next video, so you can see how to navigate into that environment to be able to then start investing in that environment. All right, speak to you soon.